that's very interesting because we shot the sequence exactly in the same swimming pool where the real story happened. It's kind of strange and weird, but the truth is that one of the themes in the story is fate and the fact that how lucky they were. Once you start to research on survivors, you realize that not the best swimmer or the smartest guy survives. It's about being lucky. I mean, and that was one of the difficulties in the script, that these characters, they don't really do something to deserve their survival. If they would have done something to deserve their survival, it would have been like telling the people who didn't make it that maybe they didn't do enough. So everything had to be about being lucky. So the position of each character in the pool was a very important point to determine the fate of these characters. And the story of Maria was so detailed that the fact that if we would have been looking for a pool in Thailand, the best pool would have been the same one where the story happened. So at the end we decided to go to the same hotel and shoot the characters exactly in the same position, so where they were. The thing with the ball, for example, it's exactly the way it was. I mean, the father was playing with the ball and Lucas was after that ball. That's why he was separate from the other brothers, and the father decided to get the two smaller, the two younger, and Lucas left alone there. So, I mean, it had to be like that.
When we were filming that shot, the family were there, and I actually had Lucas stand by the side of the pool with me and say, right, I got out here, I walked along here, followed the ball, I stopped it, and then turned. And I literally copied him, like, exactly how he like, took over that moment for me and said, right, this is what you're going to do, because this is how I did it. And I did it, like, exactly how he did it, in a way, walking across the same floorboard that he did, and stood in the exact same spot where he saw the wave. Which, for me, kind of spooked me out of it. Like, it's like meth acting it to the extreme. But having them on set was amazing, and they really created that moment for me, which was incredible.
Well, I'm sorry, really quickly, what was their frame of mind when they were on the set while you were doing all this?
Marie was incredible. Like, every time she walked on set, there'd be a presence, like, we need to deliver for this lady, because she's been through so much, and she's given us her story. So we need to make this as true and as forgiving to her as possible. So everyone, like, as soon as we met her, we were like, right, we've got to do this for her. And the same with the rest of the family. They're just an inspiration to be around.
It was the first time that they came back to Thailand after that. They came for the film.
But just to give some credit to the cinematographer, as you were saying, we were very, very, very unlucky with weather. So it was every time was raining. It's supposed to be, the rain season was supposed to be finishing in October, and we were in December, and we were still having rain every day. So that scene in the pool, which was had a very specific choreography with the camera, we were shooting that sequence for more than months. Yeah, I mean for more than 2 weeks.
Yeah, every time the sun came out, we were running to the swimming pool to try and shoot the scene because it was like it was in 22.
Could you imagine it? I mean, the technical the technical stuff attached to that sequence was so complicated. We only had 2 hours per day to shoot that sequence because we had to match the light of the actors in Thailand with the light of a huge miniature that we shot after that in Spain. So we only had 2 times where the sun was at the same position. And every time we went to that time, it starts to rain every day. It was a nightmare. So you need to give some credit to the cinematographer when you see the film and you see that, nothing about that rain.
Well, thank you very much for sharing.